Still, this happens to you every single night right around 3 a.m., and you have never woken up to witness it. When you fall into your deepest sleep, your body is completely paralyzed in the dark. That exact moment, your cat will silently walk over, bring its face incredibly close to yours, and stare at you unblinking. You might have groggily woken up once and caught this chilling sight. You think it is just hungry. Silbit, you're wrong. This sneaky, bizarre behavior has absolutely nothing to do with an empty stomach. It connects directly to the fragile boundary between life and death. It is an ancient ritual, a survival reflex triggered when human consciousness leaves the physical world to enter the dream realm, leaving behind a completely defenseless physical body. Let's look at what veterinary experts or online articles usually explain. Say that cats are nocturnal predators, so they are highly active while we sleep. Them getting close to your face, sniffing your nose, or staring is simply curiosity. Or they are trying to wake you up to demand food. Sounds perfectly logical and harmless, but that theory is far too shallow and entirely wrong. If it were just about food, why would they do it even when their bowl is completely full? Still, why would they hold that face-to-face posture for dozens of minutes without making a single sound? Why does that gaze carry such a terrifyingly intense focus? The truth behind that stare is far darker, deeper, and more mind-blowing. Recently, sleep and animal behavior researchers at Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, decided to find the answer. They installed infrared camera systems combined with thermal scanners and breathing sensors in hundreds of bedrooms. Still, they wanted to record exactly every minute shift in felines when humans enter the deep sleep stage, the time our bodies practically suspend all physical activity, and what they found blew everyone away. Your cat is not looking for food. Is conducting the most rigorous and stressful survival check imaginable. When you're fast asleep, your heart rate slows down to an extreme degree, your body temperature drops, and your breathing becomes incredibly faint. Still, to the primal brain of a wild predator, this motionless and cold state looks exactly like death. When your cat gets close to your face, bringing its ultra-sensitive whiskers just millimeters from your nose and mouth, it is measuring. Uses thousands of nerves on its whiskers to catch every microscopic current of air exhaling from your breath. It is checking to see if life still exists inside that motionless shell. It is not curious. Is staying awake to guard your breath. But here's where things get even weirder. This action is not just a passive observation. In borderline moments, it is a literal life-saving intervention. A chilling but true experiment recorded in a sleep lab. A man suffering from sleep apnea is being monitored. At the foot of the bed, his pet cat is curled up. The EEG screens and oximeters, doctors see the man's breathing suddenly stop. His blood oxygen levels plummet. The entire room sinks into a suffocating silence. Still, right at the moment the silence of death is about to take over, the cat suddenly springs up. It shoots like an arrow onto the pillow, bringing its face right to the man's nose. When it doesn't feel the familiar warm air, it takes action. It uses its front paws to repeatedly slap his cheeks, gently scratches his chin, and lets out frantic, desperate meows. Still, the man jolts awake, lets out a choked gasp, and takes a deep breath of air. The cat wasn't ruining his sleep, it just used all its strength to pull its owner back from the edge of death. See, this action carries a meaning far greater than you could ever imagine. You're not just observing this, you are a part of it. The wild eyes of your cat, you're a massive, powerful creature that shelters it during the day. But when night falls, you become incredibly weak, blind, and vulnerable. Considers monitoring your life in the dark to be the most sacred and supreme mission of a pack member. On a deeper level, this touches the very essence of true love. Still, we humans often define love through eloquent words or expensive gifts. But to a creature that cannot speak, the greatest love is protection when the other is completely unaware. It accepts sacrificing its own sleep. Takes on the wakefulness, the vigilance, the nighttime exhaustion, just so your heartbeat can continue peacefully. It is an unconditional offering from the universe through the vessel of a tiny animal. However, there is a hidden risk and a warning you must engrave into your mind. You constantly shoo or shove your cat off the bed in sleepy frustration when it is trying to get close to your face. You are destroying its mental world. When rejected from this protective duty multiple times, the cat will fall into extreme anxiety. It will think it has failed to keep you safe. Gradually, its nervous system will break down, will isolate itself, carry an invisible sorrow, and stop caring for you forever. Never punish a bodyguard just because they are working too diligently in the dark. The nocturnal world always holds mysteries beyond human reach. It is miraculous and comforting to know that amidst the vast and silent darkness of space, there is a creature of flesh and blood willing to stay awake all night. Stands there, leaning close to you, counting every fragile breath, just to ensure that tomorrow morning you will still open your eyes to the sunlight. It is a primal, silent love so beautiful it brings tears to your eyes. If they use the night to check your breath, then why do they sometimes suddenly sprint frantically around the house at 2 a.m., chasing something completely invisible in the air with their eyes wide in terror? Still, what dark force are they actually seeing? We will decode that chilling mystery in the next video. Has your cat ever stared at you in the middle of the night? Tell your story down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the truth.